Keystone State was at the center of the Zanesville baseball world this afternoon and so forth. The Zanesville Junior Pioneers summer rages on with a road trip just outside of Pittsburgh in Johnstown, where a tough opponent would face them in the 2021 AAA BA tournament. The 2021 All-American Amateur Baseball Association tournament kicked off today from Johnstown, and your Zanesville Junior Pioneers made their way to face Cleveland, the Cleveland Lily to be intact. In the opening round, the rout was on for the hometown Pioneers as they quickly found themselves in an insurmountable runs deficit, 7 innings to be exact. Michael Brazitz went 2 for 3 with 2 ribbies, 3 runs, and Zachary Frank went 2 for 3 for Cleveland as well, all tallying a grand total of 13 runs. Carter Smith went 2 for 4 for your Zanesville Junior Pioneers as some notable stats that carved out the storyline of this game. Pioneers, that we aforementioned, fell in game 1 of their appearance in this tournament by a final score of 13-1. Pioneers will be back in action, looking to dramatically rebound back tomorrow in Altoona against Johnstown Realty, one of the 2 teams from Altoona in the tournament altogether. And some big news for the Browns. The Cleveland Browns are making sure they keep a positive, lead-by-example player on their roster going into this season. The 2-time Pro Bowler Nick Chubb signed a 3-year contract extension that runs throughout the 2024 season. The running back was selected by the Browns with a 35th pick overall out of the University of Georgia, and he's twice been the team's nominee for the NFL Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award and was voted on teammates by unanimously for the Browns' Ed Block Courage Award in 2020. The Browns' Executive Vice President of Football Operations, as well as General Manager Andrew Berry, says Chubb is a, quote, pillar of the team and is on pace to be one of the most accomplished players to don an orange helmet at the position. Despite missing last 4 games at times last year, Chubb led the Browns in 2020 with 1,067 rush yards and 12 touchdowns to make his case for the top back in the AFC North and maybe the AFC altogether. And to some Olympics now. Here's a look at what we are expecting to see tonight in prime time. Jade Carey competes in the floor exercise in the women's gymnastic individual apparatus event. The top U.S. women's beach volleyball team of April Ross and Alex Kleinman take on a team from Germany in the quarterfinals. And no shortage of stars in track and field, including Team USA's Rai Benjamin, whose quest to go for the gold is stacked in the final of the men's 400-meter hurdles. It's all ahead tonight as the Olympics continue right here on NBC. And lastly tonight, we take our talent to the field, or the pitch I should say, as the U.S. women's soccer team faced Canada in the semifinals. With a chance to advance to the gold medal game on the line, both teams prior to the game getting ready to go. 65th minute, and the U.S. with some quality chances in this one with the score tied at 0. Carly Lloyd sends a sinker right to the center of the goal, but Canada's Stephanie Labby was up to the task, soaring ahead to make a barehanded save, and it's a crucial save at that one. Talk about some acrobatics. 72nd minute now, the Canadians putting the tempo on. Deanne Rose goes for the ball with Tarina Davidson defending. Rose would miss the shot on a strike, but it would be later determined that Davidson committed a foul, resulting in a PK for the Canadians. So how about the drama unfolding here? 75th minute on, that penalty kick. Jessie Fleming sends a right-footed shot, missed just beyond the outstretched arms of Alyssa Nair for the opening goal of the game in the 75th minute. 86th minute, continuing on, the last gasp for the U.S. comes from a great setup on the cross by Megan Rapinoe. Carly Lloyd, she had an imprint earlier in this game with that near finish earlier, gets the header off, but it just hits the bar, ever rising a few inches too high. It is a game of inches, right? And with that loss, the Americans miss out on a chance at the gold. They will be relegated to playing not for a silver, but rather for a bronze, as Canada upsets the U.S. by a final score of 1-0. Not used to seeing that, especially when FIFA World Cup time comes around. That's all for sports. We'll have more after this.